Welcome to the meeting place, a space where heart-centered women gather to connect, share, and inspire one another to awaken their joy and to live a fulfilled life. In today's episode, I am so excited to jump into it. We'll be exploring challenges and struggles to finding joy and purpose in our lives, and we'll dive deep into the most pressing issues and blocks to joy that many of us face and I'm going to provide innovative and creative solutions for you to help you overcome them. So come on, join me in this journey of self-discovery and let's connect and grow together. Are you ready? I am. So who am I? I'm Michelle O'Neill, your purposeful living coach and boundary strategist, empowering heart-centered women just like us. I'm not going to say just like you, to use your gifts, strengths, and your experience, even your weaknesses, to make life better for yourself and for others, and so that you can leave a legacy, fulfill your purpose, and live, give, and receive life's riches more abundantly. Now, that is a mouthful, but I am speaking to you, and I know you are ready to jump right into this. So, we want to understand our struggles first. I'm always talking about struggles or overcoming stuff. Well, what are these struggles? What are these common struggles? And today I want to touch a couple of, or maybe three real struggles that we deal with, but I won't have the time to dive deep because I have promised myself and you that I'm going to try to stay within 15 to 20 minutes. So one of the first struggles I want to dive into is fear of failure. And I want to kind of add in there a little bit later, not only fear of failure, but fear of success. And so many of us are held back because of this fear of failure. What if I'm judged? What if I'm not seen right? And we all deal with it. And it prevents us from actually taking risks. And I'm saying, when I say take risks, the type of risks that I want to encourage you to take are calculated risks. And that means you looked at different sides of it, both sides, all and around, and decided, yes, this is a risk that I'm willing to take because the win far exceeds the loss. And so these are calculated risks. And we need to take calculated risks for pursuing our passions. And a lot of us choose not to because of that fear. And those fear, what do they come from? Well, they stem from sometimes our childhood experiences, people not lifting us up, encouraging us, and telling us where we fail, societal pressures. How are you supposed to be as a woman? How are you supposed to measure up? And what you're supposed to do and what your roles are in life. And then sometimes they're just our personal beliefs and values and what we have gained over time to believe about ourselves and others. And so I want to give you three things. I'm going to attack these fears and these struggles from different. First, I want to talk about them and really make sure you understand what that fear is or what that struggle is I'm talking about. And then I want to reframe it for you. I want to just help you look at it in a different way. We're going to add a twist to it. And finally, we're going to have some solutions. So we want to reframe failure. Let's look at the twist on this. We're going to turn it around and reframe it. Instead of seeing failure as a negative, we can reframe it as a learning experience. I love this aspect of it. Every failure is actually a lesson. And so if we take it and reframe it, what did I learn from this? What can I walk away with? How can I be better the next time? Because I'm going to tell you, this is one thing I've learned. Every time you don't get the lesson out of your failure, you're going to deal with it again. That's history. Remember, they say we're supposed to look back over history to see where the fail was so we don't make that same mistake again. And that's true in our lives. What is it I can walk away? What are the things that I learned from going through this so that I don't make those same mistakes again? And we know what that feels like because we do that for our kids. It's always, how can I help them not have to go through the same things that I went through so they can learn from my mistakes? And sometimes we just don't learn from other people's mistakes. We have to go through them ourselves. But the purpose of going through them is to learn from them so that we can move forward. So I want to get something in your soul, in your being, nothing, absolutely nothing in life is wasted. It's all for an opportunity to you to grow and flourish as you move forward. And so, what are the steps, or what are things that we can do? Well, first, notice I said the word steps. We need to start by taking just small steps. If you're fearful of something, just take one small step to move forward. And I want to go back, because I said I would cap on something. I want to go back on fear of success. And I just want to make sure you understand that first too, before I talk about the small steps. Now, fear of success is, for me, I deal with that greatly. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times it's not that I really fear succeeding. What it is I fear, can I keep up that level of excellence? Can I continue to produce this over and over again? And so that fear of success is wrapped up in that fear of failure. Because if I can't keep this going forward, if I can't be the same way moving forward, then what happens? I fail. I fail at what I seek to do. So then we don't want to succeed, because if we succeed, we fail. So what do? We take small steps. We start by taking one step forward towards our goal. And what that does for us is it builds our confidence, and it builds momentum. And so we take that one step. Hey, I'm going to try this. And it works. And then we say, well, let me do it again. And it works again. So now we're creating a pattern. And each time we do it, we build confidence that, hey, it works. I can do this. And as we go forward and we build that confidence, we get faster and more proficient and better. And pretty soon we're running, right? So by breaking down our goals into manageable tasks, starting out small and then building on that, we gradually overcome our fears, and we achieve that success and that sense of purpose that we're working so hard for. And then the next one is lack of self-worth. Now, many of us struggle with the feelings of unworthiness. And sometimes, again, that's built by somebody in our lives pushing that belief in us. And so it leads to our self-sabotage, because we don't feel that we're worthy to have the success that we so deserve. And one of the big things of that is we lose motivation. We have a lack of motivation because we're not worthy. And so many of us sit into that space of, I'm not worthy to get paid for what I'm doing. Oh, you absolutely are. Because you have taken that time to learn, to get that education, to read all those things, those books, those articles, and what it is that you have done. You have taken the time to gain that experience. And so you have a wealth of knowledge and expertise that, yes, you are worthy to get paid for all your hard work and your toil. And don't let yourself forget that. Don't discount who you are and what you bring to the table. Okay, Michelle, calm down. Let me get off my soapbox. But we're going to turn that thing around. Remember I said we're going to twist it around? So what we're going to do is we need to practice self-compassion. We can learn to treat ourselves the same way we treat others. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and thought, would I treat my girlfriend like this? Would I even treat my child like this? Would I tear her down and beat her up the way I'm beating myself? Or would I treat them with kindness, compassion, love, grace, mercy? Then why don't you treat yourself that same way? Sometimes we have to look at ourselves in the mirror and actually disassociate ourselves with ourselves so that we can see ourselves as a person and then treat ourselves with the same compassion and love that we would treat others. We have to learn to accept our strengths and our weaknesses and accept ourselves for who we are. And for me, just being a child of God says that I am enough and I am worthy of love and respect. And so after we do that, then we need to, what are the steps? Surround ourselves with supportive people who will encourage us, who will lift us up, who will tell us the truth. Build that relationship with positivity and encouragement. Build a stronger sense of self-worth because of the love and guidance that we get from others, so that we can squash that self-doubt. And so then I want to talk about another one of those struggles that we have: comparison and self-doubt. Now, I just talked about self-worthiness, but now I want to talk about comparison and self-doubt. And we so often fall into that with today's technology and being lost in social media and scrolling through the news feed. Well, let me tell you right here and right now, people are only allowing you to see what they want you to see about their lives, just like you. You do not put your soul dirty laundry out there for everyone to see. Would you allow someone to come into your house if it was dirty? Absolutely not. And so you're only showing them that beautiful, ready home, your home. And so we get so bombarded with images of success and perfection, we forget to realize that they're not the true scale, the true lenses of what's really out there. And so what can we do about it? How can we turn that around? What's the twist that we need? We need to cultivate gratitude. And by focusing on the blessings and the abundance in our lives, what we do have, and having compassion and understanding, what's the word that I want to use? Being content right there where we are. We learn to stop comparing ourselves to others, and we reduce that tendency to compare ourselves to others. We practice that gratitude by doing simply things like keeping a gratitude journey, doing a gratitude jar, whatever it is that you need to do to remind yourself in those times that you tear yourself down, what you have to be grateful for. Take 5 moments and just stare out the window and be thankful for what you have. And so what are those steps that we can do? I just told you, one of us is focus on our own journey. Remember those things that we have been grateful for, but also focus on our progress and our growth. Remember those steps that we're taking. Those steps are moving us forward, so we have something to build on. Focus on the progress and the growth of the person that you were, and now the person that you are, and the person that you will become. Focus on those things in your life. And by setting our own goals and measuring our own progress, oh girl, keep your eyes on yourself. We can build a stronger sense of self-confidence and say, yay me, right? And the other thing, I think this is the last thing I want to cover, is overwhelm and burnout. Don't we all suffer from that? I've been struggling with that myself this week, is knowing that there's so much that I want to teach you, so much that I want to give you, so much content and knowledge and expertise that I just want to pour out on you. And then realizing there's only me. I just can't do it all. And sometimes it's not for you to hear now. It's not for you to experience now. And so when we're in that space of overwhelm and burnout, It's so hard to have joy in our lives. And it's so hard to remind yourself and tear yourself around that you're doing this for a reason. There is purpose and a calling for your life. So, how do we twist that one? We prioritize our self-care. We make self-care a priority in our lives because you hear it over and over again. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So fill your cup up with gladness and joy so that it can pour and spill out on others. That's what we want to do. We want to set aside time aside so that we can have rest, so that we can have relaxation, so we can do activities that bring us joy. You know that when I take that time to practice self-care and do other things, that's when I'm able to come back to you with more creative things, more things that I want to share from you. But when I'm so locked in just working, doing, I don't have anything to share with you. I can't share my ahas and insights and memories with you if I'm doing nothing to build them up to be more creative. We need self-care, self-wellness, taking care of ourselves to be able to pour into others. So I would encourage you to, here's the step, practice mindfulness. I am really on this mindfulness thing because I understand how important it is to be mindful, present in what's going on in our life when we're having those conversations, when we're experiencing. We so often miss out on those things because we're so busy doing that we're not experiencing. And so I encourage you to experience each moment. Be totally present with every conversation that you're in. Be totally present in every experience that you go through. Don't miss out on the joys and experiences that life has for you. Because remember, each and every one is a lesson, because nothing in life is worthless. Nothing in life is worthless. So focus on the task at hand. You will get so much more done. And by reducing our distractions and focusing on what's going on, we can increase. And who doesn't want this? Girlfriend, I know you want this. You increase your productivity and reduce those feelings of overwhelm. And so with all of this, I am ready to wrap this up. I'm not even looking at the time, so don't tell me how bad I did. I hope I stayed within the 15 to 20 minutes. But I am so glad that you came and joined me for these amazing conversations on the meeting place. I want to remind you that you are capable, totally capable of achieving anything that you set your mind to, and that you are strong, resilient, and worthy of all the joy and happiness that life has for you. Don't let fear, self-doubt, unworthiness, any of those things hold you back from pursuing your dream and living a fulfilled life. Remember, it's not about achieving perfection or the destination, but rather about embracing the present moment and finding joy in the journey. Now, I hope that hasn't been too over the top for you. And if it is, hey, that's who I am. And I hope to see you next time. But before you go, I have an amazing gift for you. And make sure you go to https:// Mastering Your Monday. Let's see if I can put that up for you. And let's see. Oh, it is not showing up. So with all that said, masteringyourmonday.life/inspiration. I will put it in the comments. If not in the comments, in the body of the email. But let me know. I forgot to say who you are, where you're from. And if you're a newbie, hashtag newbie. If you're on replay, hashtag replay. And if you've been here before, hashtag legacy. With all that said, I want to give you an exceptional gift of 30 days of gratitude. Make sure you get this. I want to come into your inbox and lift you up, encourage you, inspire you for 30 full days so you can create the habits that will lift others up. Until next time, take care. See you on the next meeting place. Bye bye.